right, welcome race fans. We are here today for the Frank Oscar Memorial Race here at Talladega. A lot of heavy hitters out here today. I was watching, and man, I'm telling you, it's going to be a good race, I think. Some good drivers in here, some guys that I haven't seen racing in quite a while. So, and they're a pretty big time racer. Well, I got a couple of guys here that are going to kind of fill us in on everything here. So, I'm going to turn the floor over to them here in just a second. All right, we've caught up to Wayne Finley and Michael Lathrop. Is that how you say that, Michael?
Yes, sir.
All right, we've caught up to these guys. They kind of want to give you a couple of stories here, remembering Frank. So, Wayne, go ahead. Take it away there, brother.
Well, thank you, Rudy. Yeah, wet paint racing started several years ago, and the gentleman that did our paint jobs was Cameron Wilson. Goes by Kelly Wilson. And James started racing with us, and one of the funniest things was that when there would be a big wreck, it seemed like every time James would drive right through the middle of everything and not have a scratch on the car and come out leading the race. So after that happened for several races in a row, Cameron started calling him Moses. So Cameron painted a special 57 Bel Air red Chevy paint job and put Moses on the side, and over the driver's door put the name Moses. And he told everybody that James was just like Moses. Instead of the waters parting, the cars parted, and he drove up through the middle. But James raced with us for several years and was a great competitor, a lot of fun to be around. Avid car collector, had some amazing cars, and the great thing about it is his wife was a car lover. He and his dad built and worked on and fixed up cars, and Edie, his wife, got everything ready for the paint booth. She could sand and finish and even welded some. So he definitely had the right partner in life to love cars and to be in the car business. But we miss James, but our friend Takashi from Japan sent me a message this morning saying he couldn't race with us, but he knew James was looking down and watching the race today. So, but James was a pleasure to know and be around and race for these number of years.
That's pretty cool. That's a very cool story. Just by judging it, some of the pictures that we've collected over the last few days, you and I there, I'll tell you what, some awesome cars that he had. That 427 Cobra, oh my word, that people would give the right arm to have that car, you know. But that's cool that he was a pretty avid car collector. So, well, Michael, how did you tell us a little story about Frank?
Actually, we met through a mutual friend, Paul Servant. We were playing a shoot-'em-up game, and that's how we got hooked up initially. It became the Rat Pack team back in the days of Mark Moffitt there. It was Paul Cordon, James, Paul Servant, and Eric Douglas, myself.
Hey, Remo, how you doing?
About every morning, it ended up James and I would get on TeamSpeak together and just kind of 4:30 in the morning till the Breakfast Club race, talk about anything, everything, solve the world's problems. I had the good fortune to go down and visit him in person a couple times on my trips to Florida. And, you know, James on the track, he enjoyed helping somebody win more than he enjoyed having a win. He's that kind of a gracious person. And in person, just salt of the earth, man. And I know how shocked and sad I was with the passing of James, and I can't imagine the loss that his family feels. And happy to see so many people turn out with a memory of a truly great guy and a truly great iRacer. Thanks for putting this on, guys.
Yeah, very cool. All right, well, I wish both of you guys the best of luck out there today. We'll try to, if I need you or something, I'll drag you up to the booth. But 50 laps here today at Talladega. It's going to be exciting. And by just judging some of the drivers that I know that are in this, these are field's pretty stacked up here. We got some heavy hitters in here today. So, what's the plan, Wayne? What are you gonna do? Riding your back, or what's your plan?
Well, Rudy, with this crowd, Rusty Greer's been around iRacing since the very beginning, and anytime there's a hosted race anywhere, we've got some of probably the top 10 racers in iRacing in here. So you want to qualify as high as you can, because chasing Rusty Greer from the back is not a task that's easily accomplished. But Kitty's in here, Bart Murek's in here, Brandon Jenkins. Several of these guys have run in the pro division and a lot of the upper levels in iRacing. And got some great racers here today. And it's going to be an exciting 50 laps. Yep. If there's no cautions, they will have to make a pit stop.
Okay.
So yellows are on, but if there are no yellows, there's going to be a green flag pit stop. And the strategy of when you take that and how you come back out of the pits, if you get caught speeding in the pits, that could be detrimental as well. But got some long-time iRacers in here that we've raced with for the last 5, 6, 7 years. But a lot of talent in the race today.
Sure thing. All right. Well, Michael, how you gonna run today? You gonna try to get right up front there and grab the lead?
That's where I'd like to be for sure. Trick's going to be getting there. High line's there, but it's going to be real hard to make up a lot of positions. So, you want to qualify as good as you can. But like Wayne said, man, there's probably 7, 8 people here who are real capable of that pole speed. We all want it. So, should be interesting first few laps. The talent pool's real deep. It's a big race and a lot of bragging rights on the line. So, ought to be fun to watch. I know I'm going to have a good time running in it.
All right. All right, well, good luck to both of you guys, and hopefully we'll get to talk to one of you in victory lane. I hate to burst you guys' bubble, but there can only be one winner. So, and this being a memorial race, sure, everybody wants to, pin their label on that they actually won the Frank Foster Memorial. So there's going to be quite a few guys out there. We got 21 or so in the room right now. 21 of them want to be in victory lane today. All right, good luck to both of you. Okay, folks, enjoy here a little bit more of the practice, and I'll be right back with you. While you're there, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up on the video if you don't mind. You can check out our full schedule at MaxSpeedTV.com. Also follow us on Facebook at Facebook.com/MaxSpeedTV. Hey, Sam and Chemo, how you doing? How's everybody doing? AJ?
Second flag.
In there. All right, folks, looks like they advanced to practice here, so we're going to step away and play the national anthem. We'll be right back after that.
Second flag.
Practice is up.
Caution. Ready. Green, 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 green.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, folks, they are qualifying here. Unfortunately, I joined as a driver because Wayne wanted me to be able to talk to the driver, so we can't watch the cars racing on the track. So, but that being said, looks like O'Toole has taken the top. Nope, take that back. Johnson took the pole, and Jenkins. So there's still times coming in here. Greer on the top now. I know it kind of makes it quiet when they're qualifying. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'll be able to talk to the drivers on the track because they're not all in TeamSpeak for me to talk to. So. Engstrom comes in second. Jenkins back to third. Furling. There goes Charles up to third. Jenkins back to fourth. They're still qualifying. Looks like they're turning in some great times out there. Like Wayne said earlier, you know, you're talking about some pretty heavy hitters in iRacing in here today. Again, I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in today. This is a very special moment for a lot of these drivers. They've all rode and drove, side by side, raced side by side with Frank, and all friends. Most of them are friends with him. Another, fallen brother out of iRacing, Frank, passing away here. I'm not sure when that was, last week or the week before, but I was a couple weeks ago actually, because Wayne came to me and asked me if I would broadcast a race on it. Sure. He knows that I do memorial races for free. I mean, I would never charge anybody for memorial races or any kind of benefit race or anything like that. Always do those. Nicholas Doucette, I haven't seen him in forever. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen some of these drivers. They've all gotten so much better and moved on, and some of them became pros, and it's amazing how times change just in a few years like this, and guys have moved up into the ranks and gotten better and better and better, and we even have a lady in here today, Rachel Hunt. And you know what? I mean, you know what? I think that's a guy. Yeah, I remember that from somewhere else. I do, but no, that's a girl. Actually, she is bedridden, I do believe. I think that's the one. Yeah, I don't recall actually. Hey, Wayne.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Rachel Hunt. That's a woman, right?
Yes. Rachel has Parkinson's disease.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And she races with her hands only or something.
Well, she has leg tremors at night, but no, she uses her legs to race with. She's in her motorhome today on a wireless connection. She's out of town, so she said, "Do you mind?" I said, "No, you come and race," because she's been in our wet paint league for quite a while now.
Oh wow. Okay, thank you.
Hey, will the national anthem?
What's that? What?
Will we be able to hear the national anthem in here or not?
No, but I already did it.
All right, very good.
This isn't like real racing where you have that time where they wait for that to be done, because there's no waiting in iRacing. When it goes from qualifying to the grid, there's no time, So I have to do it before qualifying.
Oh, okay. Well, that's awesome. That's why I gave you that extra 5 minutes in there. So.
Yep. All right. Okay, so yeah, we're ready to rock and roll. So Rachel is a woman. That's who I thought it was, but I wasn't really positive about that, because I think she runs in another league that MaxSpeedTV covers. So we're clicking down to the end of qualifying, and then we'll get everybody on the grid. Looks like Greer's going to hold on to the pole, and a pretty good sizable lead there over second place. I mean, I know we're only talking about 3/100ths of a second, but 3/100ths of a second is like a car length. That's quite a little bit. Overhead of Pocono. What? What do you mean there, Sam? Overhead of Pocono. No, I don't. No, it was Talladega. Yeah, heck, even my son's racing in this today. That's pretty awesome. All right, qualifying is over. Get lined up on the grid here. Everybody accounted for. All right, Rusty Greer starting on the pole with a 50.501. Congratulations to him for grabbing the pole. Kitty Engstrom will start second place. Nicholas Doucette third. Michael Charles in fourth. Michael Lathrop fifth. Brandon Jenkins sixth. Kevin Ferlin will start seventh. Gary Champion eighth. Wayne Finley ninth he's in the Richard Petty lookalike car there. That's pretty cool. Gray Davis in 10th. Bart Marak in 11th. Ramo Stott in 12th. Rachel Hunt starts 13th. Bob Mertens will start 14th. Aaron Cummings 15th. That's my son. Paul Sheldon in 16th. Robert Lacovera will start 17th. Michael Johnson 18th. Charlie O'Toole 19th. Rod Ronema Sr. will start 20th. Jeremy Funk 21st. LG Whaley, first one to not take a qualifying time, will start back in 22nd. Jason Beach 23rd. Of course, I'm not in the race. And Randy Miner, looks like he was a late arrival here. He will start 25th. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, I figured that would crash.
Caution somewhere, caution.
Alright, there we go. I don't know why it went to the pace car, but it did. Alright, we're good to go now. $50 laps is all they're doing here, but they will have to make a pit stop. They'll have to make one pit stop. They can go about 40 laps on a tank of fuel, and the race being 50, they will have to stop one time. All right, lights are off. Everybody knows what that means. It's race time. All right, everybody's tightening up the field here, getting ready to go green. Pace car's in. Quite a ways around to the start-finish line.
Green, green, green.
And there's the green. We're off and going. Good even start by everybody. Nicholas bottom there, tucking up underneath Rusty Greer. Rusty won't be able to get away there without some help, so that's definitely the draft is going to be very, very important for these guys. Michael Lathrop up the 5th. We may have a brand new leader here. Kitty Engstrom trying to get around on that high side, needs a little bit of help. Got the Tide Ride right behind him there, the 65 of Michael Charles. Coming to the line, Rusty Greer will lead the very first lap of the race, folks. All right, everybody gets caught up here. I can see where everybody's at. LG Whaley did go to the back of the field. Not sure why he kind of drifted back there a little bit, unless something happened. Rachel Hunt up to 11th. Up a couple spots there since the start of the race. Gary Champion in 10th. Coming to the line, going to lead the second lap of the race here. Nicholas Doucette is tucked right up underneath that back bumper trying to get the draft. He's going to have to be extra careful. He does not overheat that engine, though. Or if he gets a push there by Kevin Furlan, he could get that, what I like to call the sandwich effect, because that guy in the middle, it doesn't end well for him. He usually gets hooked. So if he pushes the guy ahead of him and the guy behind him gets a push, the guy in the middle usually gets hooked. Wayne Findlay up to 6th. Let me tell you, folks, everybody out here would love to win this race here in honor of Frank Foster, a very good friend. Most of these drivers out here, if not all of them, in some way or another, they've either raced with them or within the league with them or something. Usually is something that, you know, these guys do remember things like that. They do remember people that they race with, and you know, the community here on iRacing is very, very tight. A lot of people are really, really good friends. That's where a lot of people have met and became friends, and that's exactly what happened here. That's how these guys actually got to know each other. Brandon Jenkins in 9th place. Going to drift back from 6th. Outside line not working quite as good as they were hoping, I don't think. Michael Lathrop there on the high side. And they're trying to get a run here, but they need about 6 or 7 cars up there. There's just way too many on the bottom right now to be so strong on that bottom line. Back on the field there, pretty healthy bunch of drivers right there. Long draft going on there. Nicholas Doucette right up on the back of Rusty Greer. Didn't actually hit him. Close. Wayne Findlay up to 4th. Art Murat in 5th. All right, let's go back and check on some of the people back here. Jeremy Funk in 18th. Michael Johnson 19th. Randy Miner in 20th. LG Whaley did pick up a couple of positions now, is up to 21st. One of the top super speedway guys right there, LG Whaley. Charlie O'Toole out of it here, folks. Needs a little help from somebody in the back to give him a push across the draft. Bob Merton in 11th. Started 14th, working his way up through the field here on the bottom. I don't know. That's Paul Sheldon, 14th. Robert Lacovera, 16th. Gray Davis, 17th. Back up front, Wayne Finley looking for the lead here. Off on the high side. Has a little help there from Bart Murat. A little bump drafting going on between them two. Now we've got about 5 of them up there working together. They are still not quite as fast as that bottom line, but they are starting to get somewhat of a form built here. And tight field here, man. I'll tell you what, these guys are very, very tight here. These front, I mean, everybody, all the way clear back to about 21st place. Very tight field. Randy Miner about to lose the draft here if he's not careful. Finley gets shuffled back to 6th place now. That's just how fast things change. Kitty Engstrom in 9th. Kind of a little breakaway from there. Just a couple of plants. Got a second group. Oh, LB Whaley.
The yellow flag is out.
And oh boy, he caught a bunch of guys in that one. Okay, let's go back and see what happened to LG here. If I can. He's up on somebody. Down the back, but we had a car clear down below the yellow line there. Not sure what happened there. Oh, right there. He kind of drifted down just a little. Yeah, he drifted down the hill a little bit, right into the 56. Looked like the 56 was holding his line, but the LG come down the hill right into the side of him. The cars actually did a good job of keeping off of him. Contact there between him and the 26 of Jason Beach. More guys going to get involved in it too. So, to pit road they go to try to get them fixed up if they can. LG's still out there. Rusty Greer, I'm not sure if we're going to see them bring them to pit road. I'm going to assume they probably will, because then they would be able to make it on one more pit stop. He's not coming in. Wow, everybody else is, though. Pretty much everybody. Well, let me see if I can get a word in with anybody in there, folks. So give me a second here. Rusty Greer, you got a copy? Rusty Greer, do you have a copy? All right, final time. Rusty Greer, do you have a copy?
MaxSpeed 1. Checking up.
Paul Sheldon, do you have a copy? Can anybody hear me in there?
10-4.
Why is nobody answering? I'm asking to talk to somebody. Paul Sheldon, do you have a copy?
Paul Sheldon, did you hear me?
Gray Davis, do you have a copy? Gray Davis, do you have a copy? Oh well. Okay, I guess they don't want to, nobody wants to talk to me, so okay. All right then. We don't get any interviews in, nobody wants to talk to you.
Wayne, can you hear me? Rudy, key your mic up again. I want to see what channel you're broadcasting on. Can anybody out there hear me?
Yeah, Michael Johnson, I can hear you. Yes.
Rudy has been trying to interview people. No one will respond to him, and he's also called out your name twice with no response.
Yeah, he's in our team. I'm in there with him in TeamSpeak, and we're talking with Wayne also. And for some reason, he's not able to transmit on the service. I don't know why.
I can hear him just fine.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason it's not transmitting because we're all in TeamSpeak here talking about it.
Alright, there's an issue with iRacing this year after the last build. I do believe it is F10. Make sure your all-team scanner is unmuted.
To talk with the drivers also, you may need to have your car on track or like in your stall and have to be on drivers. I'm not sure.
Alright, I just unmuted it.
Yeah, that's a Roger. Team scanner was muted. Any way to get to that function key while I'm sitting here?
F10.
And unmute your all-channel scanner. Rudy was trying to talk to us and could not hear us. So we're going green. If we have another caution, try to get that unmuted so he can talk to some of the drivers here. I didn't even know that till just now. All right, second gear, going green, on green.
The number 12 Krispy Kreme car is blanking.
We're having technical problems here, folks. Sorry, trying to get it going here, but trying to get some interviews in, but I can't seem to talk to everybody's got their all channels muted or something. So
green flag, green flag.
All right, we're back under green. Everybody, there was something with their settings. It wasn't my side. It was on their side. They had their stuff muted. They're all channel talk or all team talk. All right, Robert Akovera, second place. Bert Murack in third. Trying to get that outside working again. Charlie O'Toole, big reprieve for Charlie. He was way in the back and had actually lost the draft. So big reprieve for him. We've got a couple of drivers that have not been to pit road. Charlie O'Toole is coming down pit road for whatever reason. He must have had a black flag or something to serve there. And then Kitty Engstrom, they must have had black flags they got to serve. Be my guess. Speeding on pit road or whatever. It's been all Rusty Greer out front. Evan Furlan, fourth place. Set back in seventh. Wayne Finley, eighth. Michael Charles now trying to get the tide ride back up into business. Trying to form up that outside line now. Randy Miner up there with them. LG Whaley now back into it. So they must have had a reset. Because I know LG had quite a bit of damage. I didn't look to see if they had any resets out there, but obviously they did because he had an awful lot of damage up to that. Jason Beach, Jeremy Funk, these guys on the bottom. Gary Champion and Aaron Cummings teaming up. Aaron in the Waffle House car. Michael Johnson in 20th. And it just looks like nobody's going to have anything for Rusty Greer today. He is definitely on rails here, folks, but he will have to make a pit stop. Not for a while. I think he's banking on a caution coming out or something. The one on the outside there, Nicholas Doucette, looking to try to get up here and race it up with the boys. Something on the high side there. Along with Wayne Finley. There's plenty of room to each other. Nobody's getting trying to get down to a good side track. Team racing going on at the moment. On that outside. A little bit of a push there from Wayne Finley that drag race down the backstretch into turn 3. It's still Rusty Greer in the front. Brandon Bacon. And having a decent run here today. He's only dropped off about 4 positions. When I was watching it was LG Whaley now. LG came from 22nd, was involved in that wreck, got him a fresh car, and now is up to 12th. So obviously the biggest mover out there on the track right now. Picking up Ramo Stott. Been a while since I've seen Ramo out on a track here. It's been a little while. Rusty Greer still holding them off. Uh-oh, we got a couple together back there. Didn't see who that was. It's like Gary Champion. Something happened there. Not sure exactly what happened. He gets it back going. Gonna definitely lose the draft of that pack though. Cummings up to 16th, passing up Jeremy Funk. Might be getting a little help from Rachel Hunt. Rachel having a good day. Heck yeah. Michael Johnson in the 004. A lot of friends of Frank's out here running today. Kevin Furlow, 7th place. We got a brand new leader here, Nicholas Doucette. He has not led a lap yet, but he's being pushed really hard by Wayne Finley right now down the backstretch. It's a drag race. Wayne Finley, or Nicholas Doucette, is going to come down in front of Rusty Greer. That's going to hold Rusty up. Rusty's not going to get a chance to lead this lap unless something drastically happens. We're coming up on some lap traffic now. And they will pass him with ease. And Rusty Greer goes to the outside. They're getting together back there.
The yellow flag is out.
Oh my, we just had a bunch of them get together there, folks. LG Whaley involved in this again. Let's go see what happened here to LG Whaley again. On the back stretch. Where they're coming up on the lap traffic, and there could have been a little bit of a deal there too, because you know sometimes when you're running like this, you're running behind cars, you can't see that lap car, so you're right up there by them. Could have been something that involved that. Not too sure. Oh, right there. Oh, LG got into the back of the 101. The 101 kind of drifted up just a little, and yeah, okay, he's going to come back across, catch LG. Puts LG right into the outside wall hard. Big hit right there. And a lot of guys going to get caught up into that. Oh my. Yeah, there's a ton of them getting caught up into that. A little ghosting going on there between a couple of cars. And it looks like Jason Beach may have taken his car behind the wall. Not sure here. Nicholas Doucette bringing him to pit road though. LG Whaley done for the day, and so is Jason Beach. All right, two-tire change for Nicholas Doucette. He's out first. The one that stayed out, Wayne Finley, stays out to lead a lap. All right, we'll see if we can get somebody on the line here this time. Or they get done talking.
Come on.
Wayne Finley, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Yay, see, it's working now. You guys got all your stuff unmuted. Well, Wayne, tell us about the call there to stay out.
Well, I've got enough gas with this yellow flag. I didn't take tires the first time, and I figured I'd just pick up 4 or 5 spots and get up here in the front and see if I can't hold on to it.
Well, what's the racing been like out there on the super speedway today?
It's been very, very fast. Rusty Greer led most of the race, and Michael Lathrop and I were able to push Nicholas by him on the outside. And just before the yellow came out, Rusty got up in front of me, planning on pushing Rusty back to the lead. So it's been pretty close and pretty fast.
Well, that's what we like to hear. Great turnout for this memorial race today, Wayne. I'm very proud of everybody, and it looks like some very good racing going on out there.
Yeah, Rudy, it's really been some close racing, give and take. These Gen 6 cars don't suck up as good as they used to with the aero package, but this is a fixed setup. Everybody's running. It's not the iRacing fix, but everybody's running the same setup, so the cars are equal. A little bit of driver skill, kind of using the air like Dale Sr. used to talk about, taking advantage of the wake off the cars in front of you, but it's been a great race so far.
All right, Wayne, well, we'll let you get back to work here. I think you got about one more to go here before the lights go out, so good luck out there, Wayne.
Thank you, Rudy, and thanks everybody that's watching on MaxSpeedTV.
All right. I don't usually do it this way, folks. I usually talk to the drivers on the track, but yeah, it's kind of the way Wayne wanted me to do it, so I just aimed to please. I do it the way he wanted me to do it. He wanted me to join as a driver, and I did. So I have to talk to him this way. So, all right, so it looks like LG Whaley, Jason Beach are out of the race. They have officially retired. So we're down to 22 drivers, 20 of them on the lead lap. The guys that headed back there. Now, Richard Greer, he's going to be back in 10th place. So he's going to have to work his way back up. Nicholas Doucette did get off pit road just ahead of Rusty. So, and he did a 2-tire stop. I'm not sure what Rusty did. I'm not sure if that was a 2-tire or a 4-tire stop. I'm thinking it was a... Yeah, it was a 2-tire. Yeah, he was only on pit road. Yeah, it was just a 2-tire. A lot of guys are only doing 2-tire. There's no need to do 4 at a super speedway like this. You know, you sure, I don't know. I think Wayne's taking a chance out there with not changing any tires because they do wear out and the car gets really difficult to handle. But if anybody can do it, Wayne can. All right, so Wayne Finley, Michael Lathrop will start on the front row. We're still not going green. What the heck's going on? Ended caution here today. We are a little past halfway now, so they've still got a lot of racing to go, folks. 25 to go right now. 25 down, 25 to go. Well, again, thank you guys so much for coming out today. We appreciate you guys watching for this Frank Foster Memorial. We appreciate that. Wayne will be just tickled to death to see that you guys we had a pretty good turnout in chat today. And yeah, he put this on. And Michael Latham, they told a couple little stories there before the race. So if you missed them, you can go back and watch this afterward and catch their stories that they told about Frank Foster. Actually, Michael Latham actually met Frank in person. So, avid car collector. His wife was into automobiles and loved the cars and things like that. It's pretty cool to have, you know, your spouse love what you love, you know, and like to do what you like to do. And he worked on a lot of old cars and restored cars and pretty cool. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'll pop this up real quick so you guys can see some of the pictures here that Frank had. There's his car up in the right-hand corner, the car that he usually ran on iRacing. Loved his grandchildren, and he had a 427 Cobra down there in the bottom left-hand corner. The one right next to it, you can see there was a car he was restoring, an older one. A 57 Chevy sitting in the background. You can see it in the black and white picture right above it. That was the original car when he bought it. His storefront, car at a car show. So that was Frank. Great guy, from what I understand. I wish I would have got to know him. Pretty cool though. All right, lights are out. We're going green this time, guys. All right, here we go. They're going to wind them up one more time. We're going to have about 24 to go when they get the green, folks. 24 to go. Pace car's in. Put a ways around there to the through the tri-oval to the start finish line. They always go on green, from what I understand. Unless told otherwise.
Green flag, green flag.
There's the green. We're off and going. They did speed up a little there before we got the green. Back up the speed here. Paul Sheldon. They all get wound up here. Up on the high side. I'm sorry, on the low side. I was looking at Nicholas Doucette on the high side, where he likes to be. I can see that's kind of like turning out to be a trend for him. He likes that high side. Michael Lathrop now trying to get the lead from Wayne Finley. Getting a great push there by Michael Charles. Not enough to get down in front of Wayne, but it's going to be a drag race down the front stretch. Wayne holding on to it right now. The straightaways, the cars on the high side usually get some pretty good runs on that high side. So Michael Latham could come out of there with a lead, but nope, not going to happen. Wayne Finley's got it. He gets a great push there from Kevin Furlan. All right, Rusty Greer up to 8, picking up a couple of positions. Nicholas Doucette falls to the back of that small pack. Cummings in front of a second pack that's starting to build here is in 12th place. Jeremy Funk 13th. These guys, they're all side by side back here. It's not what you want to do. You don't want to get that 3 wide stuff. They are 3 wide, folks, for that. Oh my. And they're not giving up a minute. There they go. Whew, that was getting a little nerve-wracking there. I think Rachel Hunt was even getting a little bit nervous. Sitting there in the number 16, not knowing what Bob Mertens was doing. He was about to take a 3 wide. back up front. Wayne Finley still leading. Sizable lead now. That second lane is not really working that much, but Paul Sheldon did pull out. May get a little bit of help there from Michael Lathrop. Tight pack going on right now, and they are pulling away a little bit now from Aaron Cummings. Aaron has a little bit of help there from Jeremy Funk. Randy Miner falls to the back of that pack now as Nicholas Doucette goes to the high side. The high side is starting to heat up a little bit now with Paul Sheldon up there. Michael Charles in the Tide Ride. Man, I love that car. Kind of reminds me of the old Darrell Waltrip car, Tide Ride. Yeah, I don't know if some of you remember when Darrell Waltrip drove the Tide Ride. That was that's where the name came from, Tide Ride. And yeah, it was a beautiful car back then. Beautiful car yet today. Love it. Plenty of room going on between these guys, though. Let's ride. Check this view out here. Actually, I'll tell you what. Let's ride along in the cockpit. Let's see what Michael Charles is doing. They're giving each other plenty of room down here. I don't see very many people side swapping. That's kind of strange. I thought we'd see Rusty Greer down on the bottom. Trying to get back to the front. That's the thing about these cars, though. It's so difficult to pass. You almost, you got to have a partner, one, and two, you don't want to lose that draft. If you lose that draft, and you can be out of it real quick. But Rusty is back up to 6th place now. Wayne Finley still leading. Enough gas to make it. He just didn't change tires, so now I'm kind of curious to see what that's going to be like if he drives 40 laps on them on that same set of tires. I don't know. They do get kind of really strange handling on them older tires. Well, folks, I think it's time for a little crank it up here. A little crank it up. Wayne Finley could be in trouble here. Kevin Furlan taken to the high side now. Giving Wayne a little bit of a tough time. I know Wayne was really like to win this as well. Jeremy Funk did get around Aaron Cummings. Aaron back in 13th now at the tail end of that group. And he's got to be extra careful now not to lose that draft, because if he loses that draft, he's going to have to fall all the way back to Robert McCovra. Over back here, 14th. He was up in the front there, battling the top 10 there for a little while. Gary Champion, Bob Merton, and Rachel Hunt. These four working together. But they are back in the safe zone here. They're running about 5.5 seconds behind the leader, but about 4 seconds off the pace here from Aaron Cummings right now. So if something would happen up in the front, they would be able to break it down there and keep from getting involved in it, hopefully. And Kevin Ferland did lead that last lap. Wayne Finley comes back on the bottom. Satisfaction guaranteed. Kevin Ferland on the outside. And he's going to lead that lap. And he comes down in front of Wayne Finley, taking over the lead officially. Rusty Greer back up on the high side. He wants to get back to the front and win this thing. That's led to most laps here today with 20. So definitely this is the guy that they were saying he's going to be the guy to beat here today. It's almost like he's like Dale Earnhardt Sr. He can see the air. Those aren't my words. But those are what Wayne said earlier. It's almost like he can see the air like Dale Sr. could. And, well, I'll tell you, he's doing a heck of a job. And he is on point right now. He does take over first spot. And he is going to lead that lap again and come back down in front of Paul Sheldon. Or down in front of him, sorry, Kevin Ferland. Leaves Paul Sheldon up there. It was a long time coming, but Rusty Greer made it. Man, can that guy drive a car or what? Golly, you know, a lot of it's your equipment, too. I find this to be true. A lot of people have said, you know, if you got good equipment, it can make a big difference. Aaron Cummings is losing the draft. And that's not good. Back in 13th, and he's losing the draft here, folks. These guys will have to pit. More than likely, they will have to pit. Well, maybe not. Some of them may, some of them may not. Gray Davis out of the race. Down to 21 left in the race. And one I'm kind of surprised, Rod Groneman Sr. Actually a couple of laps down and is running by himself. Now, that's another great super speedway driver. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised at that. And he's got the lead pack coming up behind him here before too long. Look back from, well, Rod's going to come to pit road. Okay, he's going to make a pit stop here or something, I guess, just to get the heck out of the way from the leaders. They're coming by to take 11 to go this time by, folks. His keyboard? What? I don't think anybody drives a keyboard, do they? Well, if he's that good of a driver with a keyboard, man, I need to start driving with a keyboard then. Heck, I can't even drive that good with a wheel. Or were you joking? Where were you joking? For satisfaction, were you joking about that? He drives to the keyboard. I can't hardly imagine that. Paul Sheldon up on the high side. Well, Aaron Cummings definitely off the pace. Now he's looking for a little bit of help. He'll have to fall back here to Bob Merton. And this group's going to have to get busy here and close that gap up because they're 9.2 seconds behind that lead pack now. And they are not that well organized here. Looks like the guys are a little kind of all over the place. Rachel Hunt drifts up the hill a little bit. You got to get a little more organized for that, but he will fall back into that group. So losing the draft of that front group. Richard Greer leading 25 laps so far in the race. With 9 to go here, folks. Kevin Furlan second. Brandon Jenkins third. Bart Murak in fourth, and Michael Lathrop. That is your top 5. Wayne Findlay sixth. Nicholas Doucette. Waiting to see if Nicholas is going to try to get up there. He may try to start working here with Wayne Findlay maybe, and the two of them go to the front. You just never know what might transpire. Lathrop on the bottom here. 4th place. Looks like Brandon Jenkins is going to pull a bunch of them up to the high side, and that's what they're going to have to do to try to get by them leaders up there. They're going to have to start forming up on the high side and make a pack. Say, hey, come on, guys, we need about 6 of us up here, and we can motor by 3 or 4 of them on the bottom. That's about the only way they're going to be able to advance. You got to kind of push somebody up there in order to get yourself up there. So it's kind of a give and take type of thing. It is so difficult to pass. Wayne Findlay, 6th place. Michael Charles in the Tide Ride on the bottom. Go Tide Ride. Jeremy Funk, not far behind, started 21st, up to 10th. Big mover, I would say, out there on the track right now, probably the biggest mover. I guess Aaron, he's going to have to fall into the back of these guys. Wow, he got passed up by a bunch of them. Back to the 16th. Rachel now in 14th. Charlie O'Toole, couple of laps down, working with Kitty Engstrom, and I'm kind of surprised these guys are a couple of laps down. This is kind of a surprise. The Dunkin' Donuts machine, my favorite. Oh yeah, who doesn't like Dunkin' Donuts, right? Or, I'm sorry, those aren't Dunkin' Donuts. What am I talking about? Krispy Kreme donuts. Krispy Kreme donuts. There's Richard Greer in there driving, pretty steady to be driving on a heater. Some folks may be a little short on fuel here. There's a couple of them that were kind of on the fence right there, close. One was, I think, Wayne Findlay. Wayne said something about, he said he had enough to make it, but, you know, I don't think he could save any if he was close, like a lap or two. He might be able to save a lap. But anything over that, I doubt it. Lathrop, 6th place. These guys are actually, they're racing side by side back here, and that's what's really hurting them right now. They're racing side by side. Over leading this pack now. All right, so 4 to go, folks. 4 laps to go. Coming to 3 to go this time by. Findlay, 7th. He's still trying to see if he can get up here and win this thing, but it doesn't look like anybody can have anything for Rusty. Unless Paul Sheldon's got something up his sleeve here, working with Nicholas Doucette. Nicholas has been up there and led a couple of laps, or he led a lap, excuse me. He led a lap earlier. You never know what he might have something there that a little more of a push there for Paul Sheldon and push him to go 1-2. You just never know. Coming down to the end of this here, you might see him slip down there, try to get a little side draft. That's probably the only way they're going to be able to do it here, is try to get some side draft, because there's really nothing formed up on the high side. You got 4 cars on the bottom and 2 on the high side, and they're really not going to be as fast as those 4 on the bottom. And that's what Rusty Greer right now is counting on. He is counting on them guys being a little faster on the bottom than that high side. Yes, sir. Great racing going on up here in the front right now. Finley getting shuffled back to 9th, and he's got damage on that car. Whoa! Where did he get damage? I didn't see where he got damage. Jeremy Funk got by. I'm trying to see if anybody's got damage on the right side of the car, but I'm not seeing any. Brandon Jenkins. I don't know where Wayne got the damage on the left, but he would have had to have been into somebody, I would think. Evan Furlan to the lead, bringing his teammate with him, Michael Charles. And also, they brought Michael Lathrop with them, too. So Rusty Greer back to 4th. And now there's a little blocking going on out here. Look at this. Last lap. It's anybody's game right now, folks. I don't know. Michael Charles to the high side. He's got a good run. Kevin Furlan on the bottom being pushed by Rusty Greer at the line. Is Rusty going to try to get down there? Is he going to make it 3 wide? Coming to the line, it's going to be Kevin Furlan for the win. Michael Charles second. Awesome job. Wow. Well, Rusty Greer got out of it right there, but holy smokes, what a finish, folks. That was a photo finish for sure. Well, we'll try to get down here just a second. Give me a second here. I'll try to get him on the line here. We'll talk to Kevin Furlan. Give me 1 second here. A little congratulations going on out there on the track right now. So let me, they'll have the mic for just a minute here. We can listen in, I guess. There we go. We can listen in.
I thank everybody for coming. That was a fantastic race. I'm going to have a print made of the 57 Bel Air with Moses on it and frame it and send it down to Edie. So she'll have the last car that, one of the cars he raced with us when he was iRacing with us. So thank y'all for coming and have a great day. And going to probably interview the winner now.
Thanks.
All right, Kevin Furlan, do you have a copy?
Yep, I got you, Rudy.
Well, Kevin, it looked like you and Michael had something going on there at the very end and working together real well. Got a great run on that high side. And we know how difficult it is to pass here at, at a super speedway with these Gen 6 cars. But you guys made it look pretty easy, and you passed up Rusty Greer, and on you went. So tell us about the race and what you expected. Did you even expect to win this today?
Well, I knew I'd be among the front runners. You can't ever expect to win a race with this group of talent. I just wanted to hang around at the front and be patient and not make any moves. I got myself hung out and pushed to the back. So I just played it conservative and waited to the end. And when I knew I had a good driver behind me that would go with me, coming down to the end, did I wait to the very last lap or, 1 or 2 to go. And when I saw MC behind me, I knew it was time to go. And my oil temperature blinking red at 298 degrees also told me it was time to go. So I went ahead and made the move. And then luckily, as everyone behind me pulled out to go behind me, the driver pulled in and went with me, and that was enough to take me to the finish line for the win.
Well, it was, like Wayne said, it was a fantastic race. Well, how good does it feel to win this Frank Foster Memorial?
Well, he used to race with us in the mornings at our 6:45 Breakfast Club race, so this feels pretty good winning this race for him.
Well, you got any stories you could tell us about, maybe like how you guys met, or any stories that maybe you met him in person?
Oh, I met him through Wayne through the Breakfast Club. I joined and he was there, and we just always had good battles on the track. So being able to have this race and have good battle with a bunch of friends, it just seems a fitting way to pay tribute to a good guy and a good racer and a guy that really loves his car.
All right, Kevin. Well, congratulations again for winning. And is there anybody you'd like to give a thank you out to, or a special shout out to?
I'd just like to thank Wayne for putting this on and arranging it with all our friends and making sure we send James out properly and letting them know that we're all thinking about his family and we really miss him.
All right, Kevin. Well, again, congratulations, brother, and go celebrate that win, man. Great win for a great guy, and man, it's tough on all of us when we lose a comrade like that, somebody that we've met through a community such as iRacing like this, and we all grieve in our own little ways, and it's just a tough thing, when you're out there every single day, or maybe 3 or 4 times a week you race together and you get to know the guy pretty well, and then something like that happens. So but celebrate the win, and celebrate his life. I mean, that's what he'd want you guys to do, I'm sure.
Absolutely, and we do it by racing 7 days a week at 6:45, thinking about it.
All right, Kevin. Well, congratulations again, and thanks for talking with us there, brother.
All right, thanks, Rudy. Appreciate it. All
right, folks, we'll run down through here. I guess, I don't know if we could probably talk to, it looks like the guys are all disconnecting here, but anyhow, let's run down through the final results here. Kevin Furlan will come home with the win. Michael Charles, 2nd. Rusty Greer finishes 3rd. Michael Lathrop, 4th. Paul Sheldon, 5th. Jeremy Funk will finish 6th. Nicholas Doucette, 7th. Brandon Jenkins, 8th. Wayne Fenley, 9th. And Randy Miner. That is your top 10. Michael Johnson, 11th. Robert Lacovera will finish... Lacovera. Yeah, he will finish 12th. Gary Champion, 13th. Bob Mertens will finish 14th. Rachel Hunt, 15th. Aaron Cummings, 16th. Ramo Stott, 17th. Charlie O'Toole, 18th. Kitty Engstrom will finish 19th, and Bart Murak, 20th. Rod Ronema Sr., 21st. Gray Davis, 22nd. Jason Beach, 23rd. And LG Whaley rounds out the field in 24th. Again, congratulations to our winner here, Kevin Furlan, for the Frank Foster Memorial. Thanks for watching today, folks. We really appreciate it. And shout out to Wayne Fenley and all these guys here. These guys are a great bunch of guys to get to know. But if you don't know, if you didn't know Frank, I'll tell you what. Sorry, wrong one. Great guy. I never got to meet him personally or talk to him personally, but from everything that I've been gathering with these guys, he was definitely a great guy to know and a great guy to race against. So, but thanks for watching today, folks. And until next time, stay safe and have a good night.